Greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2. My name is Badger. I am here once again for some Season 6 League of Lads action. I am joined here tonight by the one and only Artorius. How are you tonight, sir?
Greetings and salutations. My name. Not doing that.
Gotta have a little more of a booming voice to do that. It's not the same where it's like,
hello, greetings and salutations, friends. My name is Badger. I'm here to give analysis cast.
it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work at all. So, you gotta have a certain vibe to it. Either way, though, how actually are you today?
Not bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I love casting. Casting is so much fun. And we are joined here for the last game of the season for the side of Guam and its Ganksquad. They're currently 3-17, so surely out of the running for playoffs. But you know what? They can try their best not to finish in last place, and if they can get 2 wins today, they will finish ahead of Coconuts. I'm sure that is a goal right there. And on the Radiant side, we got Nebula, who currently are number 4 seeded in the league, looking to secure that number 4 seed. They're currently sitting at a 12-6 record, so a lot of wins here. Either way, though, looking at teams, we do not have Zare tonight for Ganksquad. Was not able to make it one way or another. We'll be having Spides standing in for him. I'm not sure if he'll be playing middle or be playing 5. Guam actually asked me to stand in and asked me to play 5. And I was like, oh god, I'd best find him a better stand-in player. So I found him a better stand-in player. But they have given Captain Cobra Pangolier. This is, I mean, you scrimmed them last night, correct? And you banned Pango first phase both games, right?
It wasn't last night. It was a few nights ago. But yeah, we did ban it both times. And Captain Cobra was not too happy.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But you know what? We get a Grimstroke. Interest. It's gonna be a disaster. I can tell already.
I mean, technically, it is a counter.
It is a counter, but I mean, you're given. I mean, this is the best Pango player in Lads, correct?
Probably, yeah. Actually, probably without a doubt, yeah. Like every single time this man has got Pangolier, I don't know if he's lost with it yet or not, but he's had a massive impact every time.
So it is certainly a scary time for the members of Ganksquad. We've had a rough go of it this season. You don't get to a 3-win record by 3 and what 17 record by winning a lot of Dota games. So we might be in for a one-sided Dota series. We actually what were we saying?
I have an interesting joke that some people might not get.
Go for
know
it.
what's a counter to Pangolier?
What would that be?
Winter Wyvern.
Well, please explain your joke to the people in the audience.
Well, last time Guam played Winter Wyvern, he just so happened to Wyvern ulti all 5 enemy heroes, which would seem like a good idea, except for that his Earthshaker Echo slammed them.
Oh, I was there for that. Those are good times. I think it was like I think 3 or 4, but still. That is
It's fantastic.
Okay. And we got everybody's favorite sword wielding samurai. We have Juggernaut on the field once again, so that's something.
Well, it depends on what position you play on, whether that's your favorite sword wielding samurai or not.
Is there another sword wielding samurai in Dota?
No, but if you're anything but a 1 player, typically you hate Jug.
The thing is, even if you hate him, he's still your favorite because there's no other sword-wielding samurai. And at this point, I'm pretty sure most players in Dota are just sick of seeing that fucking hero. Most players do not enjoy playing against Spin, Swift Slash, Omni Slash, even Blade Dance. Just get Blade Dance and Healing Word out of my Dota game. Just chuck him into the abyss. Fucking 1.4 BAT having ass. Get him out of here.
The shard is stupidly broken.
Yes, seems to be what happens in Dota. You get some of these really broken shards. I mean, one at a time, Ice Rock is nerfing the broken shards at least. I mean, the Shaker shard was particularly broken. They nerfed it, so now we got Jug coming up soon. I'm sure. A couple other heroes as well that don't come to mind, but I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, there was one last night. It was great.
Oh,
Broken shard.
trying to remember which game it was last night.
It was game 2. It was a very broken shard.
You think you guys won? You guys had is that the Ursa game?
Skyrash shard is fucking
Oh, you
stupid.
the Skyrash shard. I forgot about that shard, to be honest.
50% debuff amplification plus vision over the target.
It's disgusting, actually. That is genuinely
also-
disgusting.
You also have a talent that reduces the cooldown by 7 seconds, and you can also get an Ags which casts it on 2 people.
There's a lot of heroes out there that have not actually seen much play in these patches, where the shards are really, really good. So it wouldn't shock me that, like, next patch or 2 patches from now, these heroes that have really good shards but aren't seeing much playtime end up becoming, like, top heroes in those patches. Because it's like, Gyrocopter's a great example, right? Gyrocopter has one of the best shards in Dota, but you just don't really see Gyro get picked too much. And I'm assuming Skywrath is a very similar story where, hey, the shard is actually crazy, but we're just not seeing Skywrath be picked yet. Perhaps one day.
How did I know you were going to bring up Gyrocopter?
I have not brought up Gyro in, like, at least a month. I I don't know what you mean by that one. I have taken my sweatshirt off. I am getting warmed up. I'm getting ready to go. I am ready to be in the zone for this series that has no consequence for either team. Actually, for Nebula, the series has a lot of consequence. They really want to finish in the top 5 of seeds, because one of the observations I've made watching a lot of these teams is there appears to be a tier of teams at the top, 3 teams being the Tacos, Stepbro, and Dark W, that you just don't really want to play. So being the 4 or 5 seed means you avoid them in the first round of the playoffs. So if you're Nebula, who really wants to be one of those top teams in LADs, might be a priority for them to get that 4 or 5 seed to dodge, say, playing Dark W round 1, who are, very good at Dota.
I think if Nebula pick up a 2-0 here, they're pretty much guaranteed 4th spot. Well, at least 4th spot.
Yeah, I think no matter what, they cannot get top 3. Or actually, they can get top 3 there, but that would rely on Stepbro and Stuck to lose out. And for anybody who's watched Stepbro and Stuck this season, you could say a level of confidence they're not going to lose out. They're the only team in LADs who have not dropped the series. They've only tied series, and then they won 6 series, so it would be pretty much impossible for Nebula to get top 3, but still, 4 is good. We are seeing Spiritbreaker and Veno being picked. Presuming it will be a 4 Spiritbreaker and also a 4 Veno. Is that a correct assumption?
I hate Venomancer. I have no idea what fucking position it's in.
No, it's
I get threatened every day to be picked Venomancer in the official. Every day.
I know Snow loves to be a man of psychological torture. He knows what really pisses you off, and being threatened to play Veno is certainly a way to do it. It's not a hero that is very versatile, He does one thing, so for a player like Artorius who wants to do many things in a Dota game, you don't want to just get stuck on Veno.
I can't kill anyone. I can't just ape run at someone. I'm squishy. Can't click anyone because I'm squishy. I don't want to play that hero.
Got a Slarky and a Timbersaw. This is like a very good draft for Nebula. I'm not sure what the Veno's going to do just yet, but they got Shaman, they got Slark. They've got a very good side lane in their safe lane. Not sure what they're going to do with their off lane just yet, considering it's going to be Pango Veno, but still.
I think the Pango's off lane.
I mean, who's going to be with the Pango? Is it going to be the Veno or the Shaman? Probably the Veno, right?
Probably. I don't think you want to lane a Shadow Shaman into a Grimstroke.
The problem is, what does Pango Veno do into Grimstroke Jug? Because Spin just purges off the slow from Gale, so that's what do you provide?
You survive the lane, and Pangolier can play quite aggressively if Jug Spin is on CD. I've heard from different sources on whether Juggernaut or Pangolier wins that lane. Captain Cobra says Pangolier does, but Fume says Jug does. I think you can tell which one is the spammer of which hero.
Certainly, I mean, we mentioned earlier Mr. Cobra being a Pango player, and Fume is a literal 7K Jug spammer, so, that's kind of what happens. Or is he not 7K? What is Fume's MMR nowadays?
If he's not 7K, he's very close to it.
Gotta be a stone's throw away sometimes.
I don't know what Fume's MMR is because he plays a ridiculous amount of ranked games per day. Like, he's like Hull City and Shrek, where they just play like 20 games in like 2 days. So their MMR just fluctuates drastically.
We're seeing some interesting. Speaking of Shrek and Fume, we're seeing some interesting stuff in the all chat. I mean, we're seeing Fume say, "Shrek, can we make a pact? No killing, just CS." Smiley face. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but I'm sure Fume wants it that way. Just a free lane on Slark. No, Timbersaw ruining that one. Either way, though, we are looking at middle laners for both teams. Not sure what we're going to see just yet. A lot of the good mids are still available, though Puck is banned, Void Spirit is banned. But there is still,
SF is still in the
SF's
pool.
still in the pool. That's a hero we've seen. Well, why have we seen such an upswing in SF play recently?
I think it's just a very good tempo setter. It provides early, mid, and late game. That the magic build with an arcane blink is just ridiculous right now. It's also a crowd favorite. Like, you see a lot of Jugs, you see a lot of SFs, no matter the meta. So they go for a Wind Ranger. It is quite a good Wind Ranger game. Nothing to purge off that Wind run. So either she's gonna die to magic damage, Spirit Breaker comboing her, or Jug picking up an MKB if she is going to die at all.
Now for Ganksquad, it's alright, what do we pick in the lane to counter this Windrunner hero?
Quap would be the obvious answer, but I don't think they can do it.
We go Lash instead.
It's not a very good Quap game, but Quap does beat Wind Ranger in it.
Alright, let's find out who's playing what for Ganksquad. I'm not sure. They are going to have Spidez go middle. He is a middle laner by trade. And we're going to see if Spidez can hold his own up against the player that is near, who is certainly a very good Dota player. Let's see here. Anything in the chat? We got he's capping. Now, somebody has clearly gotten the Guam vernacular going on here, but you know what? It is Dota 2 time.
Well, when you play on a team with Guam, eventually he gets in your head. Is our auto attacks magic damage or pure damage?
That's Gap. So this is a man, he said so little words, yet he imparts so little information. Alright, either way, though, I'm excited for this Dota game. We're actually possibly going to see a Veno 5 rather than a Veno 4 in this case. We are seeing Balljacks on it, so possibly Shaman Pango in the offlane rather than Veno Pango. Hope to see how the Shaman does in that lane.
I believe this is a Venomancer 5, but however, I think Shaman might have a rougher time because of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shaman obviously can do a lot, but then you turn around with Inkswell and spin, and then it's, oh, well, I'm dead now.
Yeah, it's going to have to be very good positioning in order to stay alive.
Oh, and by the way, the Chaz on Dire, I'm going to refer to as Spidez, because I am not saying the Chaz repeatedly, and his actual name is Spidez. Just for those who are curious as to why I am not calling this man by his name.
Oh, they're putting the Pango mid, and they're leaving a Wind Ranger Shadow Shaman lane top.
Now that is interesting. I don't actually know the particulars of a Pango versus Lesh lane, but it feels like unless Pango gets lucky, probably should be no kills, and then Lesh and Pango is farm. Is that correct?
I would assume so. And I think top lane, again, the only way somebody should die is through a misplay.
Oh,
Probably
good
even
D-ward
same
from
with
Guami, 6k right away, starting off there. Already D-warding off Acid Rain's Observer. Did he do his research? The world will never know, but either way, the ward is now dead.
That is the best place to put a ward for Pos 4, is right in that area, so... there's a lot of 5s that are just picking up a sentry and placing it there to start the game.
We are still seeing 3 of the Nebula heroes chilling in this top rune sort of area. I'm not sure if Ganksquad are going to even bother contesting this. Wouldn't be surprised if the answer is no. They're going in, actually. Guam might just die here, actually. He gets immediately Galed and Ether Shock. That was extraordinarily ambitious from Guam going for that rune, and he paid with his life. First Blood will go to Acid Rain on that Shaman. We are seeing Bulljack's TP bottom as expected. That was, what was Guam thinking there?
I don't know, but the Jug did almost deny him.
That's true. Either way, though, it's back to our regularly scheduled Dota lanes. Nothing too much should change in that exchange of mana and HP. We're going to see Shaman try to just trade with Guam. Inkswell is used, but simply walking away despite not even having boots. Bottom lane, though? Also seeing trading. Shrek probably will be fine here, just willing to walk away, but we are seeing some Agi go to Fume. Yasuo has 8 stacks of Essence Shift. That's plus 24 damage. Nice time to CS with that in that lane, so... Any side lane observations, or are we just chilling before kill attempts happen?
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be all that much pulling. Maybe in the top lane, but bottom lane, the waves kind of get shoved either way. Although it looks like Hype is going for a creep drag, which unfortunately he is on the Dire, so it is harder to perform.
He's still on a mission. There actually is no mana for Gale on Bulljacks. And he will lose the range creep, actually. Not a great range creep to lose, but it's going to be a-okay, I'm sure. Eddie is not having a fun time top lane. He is currently sitting at 7-1, but he's taking a lot of damage in terms of actual damage. Bottom lane, there's a pounce onto Shrek. There is no Gale, though, and even if there was a Gale, would not have been a kill. Meanwhile, back to top lane, though, there's a Hex top lane. There is no Shackle skilled. Power Shot is available. Will they go for it on Nier? And it will miss, so Salve is not canceled. There will be no kill onto Eddie just yet. For all these lanes seem relatively even, though. Nothing too crazy has happened. Everybody but the Timbersaw seems to be getting to their farm. And then Timbersaw obviously is a pretty large... Actually, never mind. He has no wave here. He's just very sad. It's a very, very sad Timbersaw. Middle lane, kill attempt from Spidez onto Captain Cobra. Simply out of range, though, for that, the Shrek splitter stun. We're seeing Shrek man-fight bottom, but that's simply going to result in no kills still. Just some trading of HP and mana going on in every single lane right now, it appears. Actually, top lane, they will Inkswell onto Acid Rain. Spin is there as well. It will be a second blood. This time a return kill, so now it is 1-for-1 kill overall. However, bottom lane Pounce is there onto Shrek. They go for the kill. There is a chain through. They need 2 more hits from Bulljacks, I believe. They have Fume coming through, but there's another chain away from Shrek. He's still on the run. Bulljacks once again hitting. Fairy Fire is popped, and Shrek is okay.
Unfortunately for Shrek, though, his courier got killed with his boots on it. So running away from the Slark is not really going to be an option.
Alright, so this lane is absolutely ruined for Shrek. Got it. Absolutely ruined. We actually might see an attempt on Guam top, but that's a hard kill with no...
Shrek's actually just dead.
Oh, wait. He just... Oh. Okay.
He got gone on by Venomancer.
And they might just... Actually, there's no dive. Actually, Guam is still trading. Guam actually will die in the jungle to Acid Rain. Did not want to miss that kill top, and actually missed a kill bottom. Catching the courier and Guam death top, and it's It's been a rough top lane so far for the Dire. It's been a rough bottom lane so far for the Dire too, actually. Seems like Dire, other than the middle lane, are having a pretty rough time right now.
Yeah, middle
There's a spin on Acid Rain, but Acid Rain should still be alive here, barely. There's a shackle through by Nier, and once again, down goes Eddie. I think for the first time in this game, yeah, first time, down goes Eddie. But overall, it's an unfortunate situation for its Jug in the top lane. Now his game is probably ruined as well, so. Question today is, can Lesh win this game for Ganksquad? Honestly, probably not, but you never know. Bottom lane is charge on Bulljax. Bulljax has the one-man Gale, but Chain from Shrek easily secures that kill. But you were saying before the kill attempt?
Mid lane almost killed the last track there.
Yeah, with the Invis rune, just enough to easily escape there. No kills just yet. What is Guam up to? He's casting Stroke of Fate, but he might just die for that. He's taking a good bit of damage from that right click, but there will be no Shackle or Hex used by Acid Rain. He's thinking about it, though. He's really thinking about going for some kind of kill here. Guam, though? I'm not sure if Guam's ready for this. Once Guam's ready to die, there's a Hex. Shackle is available. Power Shot actually does miss from Nier. Another time he's missed it this game. There's Ganksquad. There's a spin from Eddie. Going for a kill on Acid Rain. Down goes Acid Rain once again. And now they're headed to Nier. Stroke of Fate will miss. And even if it did hit, he simply would have walked away, I'm assuming. First thing a bit of trading bottom lane. There's a charge through, but that should not be a kill. It'll be a Gale onto Hype, but Hype will just walk away as well. Everybody is walking away in these trades. However, now Spidas is bottom lane. Shrek, he's trying to kill him. Spidas really wants it, but could not find a stun. He's now been shackled by Acid Rain, but Hype is there, because he's not going to bash. However, he'll get a kill onto Hype. Now, Spidas still trying to die, but the haste rune is over.
Oh, that Gale just clipped him there.
And he's being run down by Bulljax and Acid Rain. Shrek is in the area, but he has no way to stop this death from happening. And Eddie, on the top lane, dies to Nier. And these lanes are not going very well for the boys on Ganksquad.
He just died to a power shot. The Wind Ranger was still only level 5, didn't have her ult yet.
Yeah, it's been a rough tale so far in this Dota game. Either way, though, there's a chain bottom lane. Bulljax was charged, but he did get saved by the Hex and Acid Rain. Now they're headed to Shrek. Dark Pack damage is there. Kill will go to Fume. It's a tip for Acid Rain from Bulljax, and now they're chasing Hype. Hype will get a D-ward and has a charge in 4. Can he escape? The answer is no. Double kill for the Radiant. 1 kill to Acid Rain, 1 kill to Shrek. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Nier actually died to Eddie plus Guam's combo, so there was at least 1 counter kill in 1 lane, but
the bot fight was actually really interesting. Acid Rain was out of mana, and Timbersaw was about to throw a chain and kill Bulljax, and Bulljax mangoed Acid Rain, and he got shackles off.
It's a good play there. Middle lane, the Shrek going for... She will get a skull kill there on Captain Cobra. Good kill there from Spidas, killing this Pangolier. Now no longer behind in levels as well, so now they are even in levels. And this mid T1 tower actually has taken a lot of damage between the Edict damage and the Siege unit earlier. Luckily, Acid Rain is in a good spot there to deny that Arcane Rune from the Shrek. Power Shot? Missed top lane. They wanted the kill with the Power Shot. They even scanned for it, but they did not find that kill. However, there's a charge middle lane. Spidas taking a lot of damage, Acid Rain as well. Spidas will go down to Captain Cobra. Hype charging through, looking for Shaman. Needs 1 more hit, will not get it thanks to that Hex. In comes the roll, Captain Cobra on the return, and Acid Rain should still live there. There's a Shackle, double kill for the Pangolier, and it's very unfortunate situation for Ganksquad in the middle lane, as they have another 2 heroes that are now dead. That's going to be the story of the game, is just everything I talk about for this Dire side. It's unfortunate, you know? No matter what happens, it's very unfortunate. This game, it isn't snowballing out of control yet, but it has not gone well. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the Radiant just drafted stronger lanes, counterpicked their lanes. Fume's almost dead bottom though.
He is actually being charged. They will go for this kill. There's everything up on... Actually, Timber misses everything, but they should still find this kill. Obviously, Fume not getting any regen off. Has a pounce, will not be able to use it as he is now dead. And top lane as well, Spin is there looking for Acid Rain. He drops the wards. Eddie should die as well, so it is a 1-for-1 in the top lane. To add to that, kill on Fume in the bottom lane. So that's actually very good for Ganksquad. They got some very important kills there on onto Slark, as well as one onto Shaman, but they need more. They still need more. Alright, we have... Apparently Fume has reported Shrek the Green Knight to the Overwatch authorities. In middle lane, there's a roll by Captain Cobra looking for the Shrek. Edict is popped. Actually, Captain Cobra's going to die here! That's a very rough dive by Captain Cobra, simply taking too much damage from the level 4 Edict plus the tier 1 tower right clicks. I'm not sure if he was ready for level 4 Edict in that one. Either way, though, it's another solo kill by the Leshrac onto Captain Cobra's Pangolier. And now, Eddie might just get gone on here. He did use Spin. He has Omni Slash, but there is a Shackle. Nier now hitting, has Focus Fire, will use it. Down goes Eddie. Another kill for Nier. Alright, what does Ganksquad do to not lose this Dota game at this point?
Well, they definitely need to defend this mid tower, but I don't think it's happening.
They have Leshrac and Spiritbreaker in the area, but there also is a siege unit from the Radiant. So it isn't dead just yet, but it has taken a lot of damage, and this Pangolier is just doing a good bit of damage with that Javelin, plus Orb of Corrosion, plus Swashbuckle. Hype is being rolled on. Bulljax will pop Poison Nova. Actually, it will hit on Hype. Hype will go down here eventually, but can they get counter kills? They will get counter kill onto Fume, but it is also at the cost of their Leshrac, so it is 2 kills for 1. I mean, it's good they killed the Slark, but killing Slark sadly does not save their tier 1 tower, it appears.
Shrek did manage to take the bot tier 1 though during that time.
Yeah, it is now deceased. He is still applying a lot of pressure to that bottom lane, trying to force any hero's bottom lanes. They just don't care. They say, you know what, you're a Timbersaw, just go be alone in the lane. We don't care. Actually, they are now going after Shrek, but more importantly, we are possibly seeing a fight in middle lane once again. Tier 1 tower will die, soulbound. It is onto the Veno. He is being chased down by Spiritbreaker plus Inkswell, but Bulljack actually gets a haste rune, so he'll simply walk away. And speaking of walking away, Shrek also walked away from the kill's bottom. Meanwhile, back to the jungle. It's a 2-man stun from Spides, looking for Captain Cobra. He wants that kill. Stick is popped. Captain Cobra still alive. Charge through from Hype gets the kill. 2 kills so far. 1 from the Edict as well. Chakram is through. Down goes Hype. Down goes Nier. It's 3 for 2 so far in favor of Ganksquad, and they want a 4th one. They're looking for Acid Rain. Chorka is going through. They need a little more damage. If not Chakram, they will find a kill onto Acid Rain. That is 4 kills for Ganksquad. And it is a very good trade there for sure. Only Slark surviving for Nebula.
Well, you wondered how they turned the game around. Fights like that. They drag 4 or 5 heroes into a fight, and they give enough space for their Jug to start catching back up.
And now they're charging onto Fume bottom lane. He cannot regen. There is spells available for Shrek in just 2 seconds. The Chakram is there. Actually, will get the kill without even needing the rotation there from Spides. That's a killing spree for Shrek. And we have lamented this season a lot about rough games for Shrek the Green Knight. But this time, Shrek's having a very, very strong performance on that Timbersaw. And they even counterpick the lane, too. They say, okay, we see Timber, we want Slark anyways. And so far, the Slark pick has not paid off. Either way, though. Gold lead actually down to 1k, was up to 3k, I believe. Yeah, it was up to nearly, actually was up to over 3k. Now it's back down to about 2k, so Ganksquad doing a decent job in that sense. However, now they are going on to Eddie. There's a wards used, there's a shackle used. Gale was popped as well. Eddie tries to Omni Slash, has no mana for spin. will die here to Acid Rain. In comes Hype, looking for Acid Rain. Airstrike is there, needs one more hit, will not find it thanks to the Hex. Roll is through, keeping him alive. He's healing up with that Urn. In comes Power Shot, in comes the Shackle, it'll lash. Down goes Hype, double kill for the Shaman.
On the other side of things, Shrek just screwing with Fume here.
He wants to kill Fume,
might get
but
gone on.
yeah, Nier is here, Bulljax is here. He actually will end up paying for it eventually, it appears. He is trying to chain away, but in comes Bulljax. He does have Gale. However, Guam's also here, but Guam's also not going to be here for long at the rate. He's going to die here. Guam goes down as well to the power shot of Nier. Double kill for the Windrunner. What is going on? I was so excited for... I was so excited for Ganksquad to turn this game around, but it's appears to have swung back in the other direction. Nebula appears to be getting it together again.
And yeah, Nebula picked up a lot of their Maelstroms, so they got a lot more damage. They're able to take down this Timbersaw. However, the Juggernaut has now picked up his Maelstrom, and the Leshrac has picked up the Yules. So it could very well go back the other way as well. Playing to their item timings.
I, for one, like excitement, so I'm hoping that Ganksquad can start to get some momentum. Maybe get a good smoke gank here. We do have smokes available on Spirit Breaker and on Grimstroke, so perhaps there will be a three-man smoke play or similar. Hope to find out. Either way, though, looking at other key items that will come out relatively soon, we are seeing a BKB being purchased on the Ranger of Wind. We're seeing a SNY being purchased by Fume on that Slark. And meanwhile, we're seeing Captain Cobra go for some creeps that Eddie was going for. Thought there might be a fight breaking out, but not yet. Guam, though, will probably just be gone on here by everything. Gale is there. He's taking a lot of damage. He's hexed. He will probably just end up going down here. Shackle is there, and yeah, down goes Guam. Sniped by a power shot. Eddie is in the area, but he has that spin, so he'll just walk away. And there will be a Shaman Wards dropped top lane with that siege unit as well. They will attempt to grab that tower, and with no dire heroes in the area, it will be a very successful attempt at that. Dire appear to want the bottom tier 2 of their own. They want to get that safe lane opposing side tower, so we'll see a tier 2 for tier 2 tower trade. However, Bulljax is TPing in. It's fight time. In comes Poison Nova. It's on 2. Stun is there from Leshrac, so Bulljax is now dead. Captain Cobra rolling through. Fume is on the way, looking for a side gank. Might just go on for Leshrac here. Here's a focus fire. It's on Spides. He'll go down. Pounce as well on Shrek. Shrek will go down. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far, and it is retreat time. Everybody's TPing in and walking away. So Bulljax sacrificed his life for the team, that's for sure. So you know what, if I TP in here, we can kill heroes. And turns out, they did kill heroes. They got 2 cores of Ganksquad.
It's looking spicy.
And it is looking pretty spicy.
Extremely spicy. I had chicken for lunch today, and I wanted to put hot sauce on it, but I couldn't. I had my fitness test today, and that's very sad.
How does putting spicy stuff on chicken affect your like heart rate or something? I don't see how that would affect your fitness test.
Doesn't feel good if it comes back up. That's for certain.
It's you thinking big picture. Either way, though, we are seeing we're seeing a 4-man smoke from Nebula. They're heading into that tri-camp. Looking at their vision, they appear to have some idea, but not specifically where heroes are. They will not pop the smoke. They might look for Eddie here. Hex is there. Gale is there. The Shackle as well. They will kill this Jug. Can they get more? They'll get the Healing Ward, but that appears to be it. But they also will get that Ancient Stack. That's a lot of gold there for Radiant that obviously Eddie wanted on that Juggernaut, and he will not get because he is dead. Shrek's in the area as well. He might just die for the Shackle. Was used. Actually missed, but the chain was not good from Shrek. There's the Gale. Chakram going through, trying to kill Nier. Nier's very low, but Shrek simply will go down, and it's another death for Ganksquad. That appears to be the name of the game, as they're dying in middle lane as well. Spides trying to escape. barely surviving the tower shots, but in comes Fume. He's on the chase, has Pounce in too. And not in range of the Leshrac just yet. We'll pop that ultimate, and he will eventually... See, Yule's is popped, but it's only delaying the inevitable. Or maybe not, actually. Charge is there on the Fume. Spider's still alive there. There's a Soul Bind. Nair Strike's there on both. Nova was popped on both of those heroes. Fume, very low. Fume...
Oh,
still
the
being
Centaur
chased.
creep.
Oh, he's still alive! Sugar Fate used on Bulljax. Bulljax and Guam, they're fighting. Fume's alive. Charge 2 on Bulljax. The Shackle there onto Hype as well. They're both going to go down. It started off so well, saving there the Shrek, but it ended so poorly. Neutral creeps. This Centaur. This man.
Guam is smashing his desk right now.
How much y'all paying the neutrals? Quote Shrek. Speaking of Shrek, he is fighting up with Fume. Fume appears to be on the retreat. We are seeing Shrek and Acid Rain fight a little bit. Spides chasing down Fume. We're seeing Acid Rain shackle up Shrek. And that appears to be where the fight is continuing. Shrek using that chakra. We're seeing a chain being cancelled by the Hex of the Shaman. Still a charge coming through. Back comes the Shrek. We'll get a kill on the Shaman. And is the fight over? The fight is over. Not a neutral creep, though. That's... Still can't get over that. It's so sad.
Shrek is getting very close to this Lotus Orb here. That could be huge. Although Guam with the
interesting silence from Guam. Yeah, there's a shackle. We'll miss. Will not
Siege Creep is
launch.
casting any spells today.
We're seeing a roll through from Captain Curva looking for Guam, and Guam cannot miss his silence now if he is dead. We're seeing a shackle wieldless on Eddie thanks to that spin. Focus Fire is popped. Jug's still on the run. Yules will get popped on Windrunner. Stun is there as well. Lesh trying to fight, but he's also being kited. Shrek might join this fight from the top angle. Not sure just yet. There's a power shot there on Lesh. Lesh is going to go down here eventually, and it will go too near. He's unstoppable. In comes Shrek, trying to fight. Big AB popped by Windrunner. And we're seeing a Omni Slash there on Bulljax. Bulljax will go down. And now Shackle is there on Hype. They're trying to fight here to spin through looking for Fume, but Fume is certainly looking to man fight. Shrek on the retreat, Eddie on the retreat, and Hype will get away as well, so... Very extended fight results in, what, 2 deaths there for Nebula and 1 for Ganksquad of like a minute and a half? Give or take? Never mind, 2 deaths for Ganksquad, yeah. However, now we're seeing a Wards pop middle lane. We're seeing a Soulbind there on both of those Radiant heroes. Eddie will go down. In comes Hype, looking for that Nair Strike. We'll hit it onto Fume. There's a roll through from Cobra, and it's not going well for Ganksquad. Nobody on Radiant's dead. And they will lose Shrek here as well. Double kill for Nier. That was possibly an ill-advised fight.
A bit of a forced fight gone on. And
now Guam's dead as well. It's a disaster.
I think they really needed to wait for this Lotus to be done on the Timbersaw, which it now is, but it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, they lost a lot of gold, a lot of heroes, a couple towers in that time, so it's becoming a worse and worse game state for the boys on Ganksquad. Either way, though, the Shrek is near the Roshan Pit, but the Roshan Pit is also full of Radiant heroes. And the Roshan, who is rapidly losing his HP. Ganksquad...
It's an interesting build coming out from Wind Ranger.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's Maelstrom into BKB into Basher.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's pretty normal except for the Basher.
I mean, I guess he wants to lock down this Jug. There's a Pounce middle lane from Fume onto Hype, looking for a kill. He needs a little bit of help. Hype may be in the form of Bulljax. However, Bulljax now in the retreat. Pop the poison. No, Shackle is there onto both. The Shrek dropping low. The Shrek is going to go down. Now they're looking for Shrek. He'll chain away. Hex is there from Acid Rain. There's a Shaman Shackle as well. And now they're simply looking for this Timber. Timber is dropping low, but he is still alive. Soulbind is there on 2. Bulljax will go down. It's now latched to Windrunner. And this Shaman. Shaman goes down. They're chasing Windrunner, but Fume is still fighting. Omnislash is there. Down goes Nier, but he has the Aegis. Now Fume fighting with Shrek. Guam Silence is there. They want to kill Fume. There's a charge. He's dropping low. And he actually will go down. Double kill for this Jug onto Fume's Slark, so... overall, good fight there for Ganksquad. They lost Lesh. It looked a little bit disastrous, but Nebula lost 3 heroes and that Aegis. This Jug is doing a lot of work right now. There's a charge there onto Captain Cobra, but he will roll. Juggernaut will go down to that focus fire of Mirror.
That's interesting. Apparently charge beats out roll.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Now we're seeing Shrek taking a lot of damage, trying to chain away, but he got bashed. He'll go down. I'm not sure if it was it Windrunner's bash or was it Pangalier's bash? Or did we just not know?
I don't know.
I guess we're seeing it in action now. I mean, you bash the spinning Jug. Speaking of bottom lane, we're seeing the Shrek has been ward trap bottom lane. Acid Rain will get that solo kill. I guess you focus fire middle lane. Blom goes down. It's
Acid Rain is very farmed.
Yeah, this man has got 9,000 net worth. He's 6th in net worth currently. He's 2k ahead of Shrek. I was speaking so well of Shrek 2 5 minutes ago, but it's turned around for him. This has not been a good 5 minutes for him recently. Either way, though, I mean, it's high ground siege time. Veno wards are being dropped. Shaman has his wards. He's 4 of them on the ground thanks to that Shackle Shard. Good old 4 Serpent wards being created by the Aghanim Shard of the Shaman from Shackle, of course. Tower is taking a good bit of damage, a little bit at a time. Dire are in the area to defend. Hype has a decent angle for his charge, but they are actually aware of where he is, so they are positioned for it. Pango will roll through, is stunning up 3 different heroes. He's causing a lot of disruption. He's taking a lot of damage, but he's just simply not dying. There's a leash there onto the Pango and the Windrunner. And now, stuns being used, spells being thrown, focus fire is there on Eddie. Eddie is dropping low, he's on the retreat, Eddie's going to go down, Guam goes down, Hype goes down, Ganksquad, they are evaporating. Shrek trying to fight the backline, but he's killing nobody. Down goes the Shrek, and Shrek's on the run. He's the lone survivor for Ganksquad. He's shackled by Shaman, and he's going to go down. It's a full 5-man wipe, a 5-for-0 team fight. It is time to call GG. This Dota game is officially over.
Yeah, there's just so much damage coming out from these multiple maelstroms. It's just killing people that they're not even trying to kill.
We just saw the pure AoE damage. I mean, they tried to kill the Jug and they killed 2 other heroes inadvertently. It's too much damage, and they're going for game. Shaman wards are up again. Focus fire was used on the tier 4 tower. They want to end this game. One tier 4 is dead. Other tier 4, it's low HP. And Ganksquad actually are respawning. They might try for one last Hail Mary defense. Blink Hex from Shaman. They shackle up the Spirit Breaker as well. And the throne not being focused too hard. Omnislash is there on Acid Rain. He'll go down. It's bouncing through. Just spin as well from Jug. He's trying to fight the throne. It's low HP. The Shrek fighting Windrunner stun is there. Pango on the other side kills up Guam. Looking for near. Nair Strike is there. Guam on the run. It doesn't matter. It is over. Throne is dead. Nebula once again wins. Ganksquad once again loses.
Well, that was harsh.
Yeah, it's harsh, but it is true. It is it's a very true statement. I think Ganksquad they had a win condition there if they just took some better fights, but unfortunately they had some relatively disastrous fights in the mid game. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the affairs of that game 1 there between Nebula and Ganksquad?
They kept the game kind of close for a little bit with their map rotations, but eventually the Radiant just started getting quite a few picks. They started taking fights on their own terms, and they just took off on the farming game a little bit faster than Ganksquad did, and in the end, that little bit of farm pushed them over in these fights.
On the bright side, I mean, Spidez did do pretty well in the mid lane, which is good considering he is certainly at the MMR disadvantage. He is Divine 4 versus Cobra, who's like, what, 1,600 immortal, give or take?
I thought Cobra was top 1,000.
Either way, he's certainly at a very significant
Yeah,
MMR disadvantage, so he is holding his own in that lane at least. So hopefully they can say, alright, Game 2, hopefully we can be a little cleaner on execution, finish off the season on a positive note, because as we know, this is the end for this season of Ganksquad. Not sure if they'll be back next season in this particular 5-man orientation, so... Well, I know not in this one, because they're literally missing a player right now, but still.
Yeah, I think Guam's making a new team.
Alright then, the answer is no. We will not see Ganksquad next season.
Well, there might be a couple players on the same team. I just know that he asked a couple players to join.
Anything you can leak to the public, or is it all confidential still?
Oh, well, he was telling me rumors of his own team, so I don't, like, none of the players he was telling me that he asked were confirmed, so...
Oh, that's definitely confidential then.
Yeah, well, he's like, oh, I asked this person, so I can't even say this person could be on... Well, this person is on the team, because it would be this person could be on the team.
One thing is, could and is are two very different things. You know, a lot of people are like, yeah, I could get Sasquatch for my team, and I could get Apex to play carry, and I can get Artorius to play 4, but at a certain point, you're going to run out of MMR as well, so...
Why would you want Artorius to play 4? That dude's just a shitty 5 player who thinks he can play 4.
Smiley face. I'm going to give a real smiley face emoji to that one. Should I go to the bathroom between games?
That's where Bulljack said he was, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll do it as well. I'll be right back.
Alright. I will fill in the quiet time with some sweet harmonica music. I'm kidding, I have no idea how to play the harmonica. But I hope someone got freaked out and thought that I was actually going to play the harmonica and kill their ears. What would be nice is the bagpipes. But I think I'm one of the few people in the world who actually like listening to the bagpipes. Because it sounds like a dying seal. Wait, Captain Cobra is part of the furry clan, but is he a furry if he's a cobra? He is therefore already an animal. And not an animal in a bad way. I'm not BMing, don't worry.
Very cool. I mean, I'm back. I basically asked myself, hey, how are my kidneys feeling? Can I last another hour and a half, possibly? I said probably, but why risk it? Why stress the kidneys if you don't have to?
Don't worry. I kept everyone occupied with my sweet harmonica music.
You play the harmonica?
No.
Huh.
I don't own a harmonica unit. I just said that I was going to do it, then didn't do it.
Oh, okay. It's different. That is definitely materially different to the first thing you said.
I don't know what to say, so I probably just sound like a crazy maniac with no life who just started rambling on about harmonica music.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just be passionate about a topic, and people at the very least have some level of interest into, hey, this person very clearly cares about this. I will give them a cursory glance. I will at the very least hear them for at least 25 seconds. You know what I mean?
I was just trying to fill the empty space.
That's good. I mean, you know, there's a term in the radio industry called dead air. It's the time where nobody's speaking. You want to avoid that dead air. And I for one, having been trained by a man who is a radio man, I value that very highly.
You know, Badger, you have a great face for radio.
Go fuck. You've seen my face. Go fuck yourself. You've seen the mustache. I've got a. Is this a radio face to you? I put it in the Twitch chat. Is that a radio face to you? Go fuck yourself. I was waiting for you to chirp me, and this is you got me good on that one for sure. I mean, that was
I mean, I couldn't. Normally, I chirp you in between games, but you're in the bathroom, so I had to chirp you at some point.
I would insult you back, but given your hobbies, I'm sure you're missing at least a few teeth, so it might be a sore topic.
We're missing a few teeth.
Possibly. I mean, you're Canadian that plays hockey and rugby. Those are those are definitely hobbies where you lose teeth.
I still have all of my teeth.
I'm proud of you, Burke. Good job.
I didn't lose any fights. It's okay. I also didn't need any pucks to the face either.
It's also a good thing.
Either
Either
one
way,
to the neck. That doesn't feel good, but
that does not feel
not the
good.
face.
Okay, let's stick some records on the screen. Ganksquad, they are down to 3-18. That is a rough tale. Let's go up to Nebula. They're up to 13-6. Let's go over to properties on that one. Let's go change it on OBS. Oh, there it is. Okay, who do we have? We got Rubik. You're a Rubik player. What are your insights on this hero?
I wouldn't say I'm a Rubik player. I'm a person who plays Rubik.
Okay, you've played Rubik at least you've played Rubik at least twice in the last month. Give me your your insights you can only obtain from playing Rubik twice in a month.
My insights are I pick Rubik if there's an Enigma or an Underlord on the opposing team.
Is there currently an Enigma or an Underlord on the opposing team?
No, but Arrow is a good spell to steal.
That's
As well
true.
as Starstorm, actually. In fact, anything but Leap. Leap's okay, but you pretty much just want any of the spells from Rana.
You leap away first time away from the Marana, then you leap back in another hero, you telekinesis, steal a spell, and then you're good to go. You could steal mid-leap, I'm pretty sure, as well, so problem solved. That's
Captain Cobra Timbersaw.
another one of
Love
Captain Cobra's signature heroes. We have the Timbersaw this time, and it's certainly a good show when you pick the hero that your opponent picked last game, and then you win with it. That's always a fun time. This is Guam Marana, right?
I would assume so, but he is the 5, so it might be hype, or it might even be a carry or something.
I know Guam likes to play Marana, but likes to and does are two very different things sometimes. And we look at the King of Sand. How is the Marana Sand King lane if they possibly lane out together?
I'd say it's pretty good. Even if they end up against a Timbersaw, it's a lot of magic damage. And a lot of lockdown. So I don't think they plan to lane it versus the Timbersaw, but it would do alright if they ended up in that scenario.
Speaking of lanes, I mean Rubik Timbersaw, that's a lot of magical burst. Is that going to be a very tough lane for most carriers to lane into?
It's a tough lane for about anyone to lane into, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even well, actually, what carry would you even want to pick into a Timbersaw Rubik? Maybe like Jug, but even then, that does not sound fun.
I heard Gyrocopter is a good shard.
I'm not sure if a good shard is enough to win a Dota game. If it was, I think I'd be winning a lot more Dota games.
Oh, you wanna know how you cheese that lane?
How do you do that?
You pick Coddle Luna. You just spam Lucent Beam.
Interesting.
What's the counterplay?
Skilling active armor and aggroing creeps?
Nah, you definitely still die.
Yeah, probably.
It'd be pretty pog if they did it. I don't think they're gonna do it, but it'd be pretty cool.
I
That'd
could
be
message
my-
Guam, or not Guam. I could message Guam right now and be like, the people want you to pick Luna Coddle. Can you do it? And he probably wouldn't respond actually because he's not drafting, but still.
I don't think the people want him to do it.
Listen, you.
I don't even know if I
you-
want him to do
Okay,
it. I decided-
you want it. I want it. That's two persons. Therefore, it is plural people. The people want it. The people
No.
want it, sir.
I wouldn't necessarily say we're people.
What does that mean? do we not qualify as persons?
Take that as you wish.
Okay, well, what disqualifies us from being people then? It's a very good question. Either way, though, we have a lot of bans. I mean, Ursa, Alchemist, Jug, all strong heroes this patch being banned out, and then Slark, Monkey King, Witch Doctor feels almost more like respect bans in that case. Wait, no, never mind.
I think the Witch Doctor, Monkey King, and Slark are all protecting their Timbersaw.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I was like trying to rationalize it, like, yeah, Nebula plays those three heroes well, but then I remember, wait a minute, Nebula banned all three of them. I guess they're just protecting Timbersaw.
And the Ursa, Jug, and Alk are all kind of heroes that can lane into a Sand King. So. See, you can anti-mage, but if Shrek knows the forbidden tech, then anti-mage will not win the lane.
Even then, it's not a fun time to play AM there. I mean, AM, if you play it optimally, you can, like, reflect the burrow, but reflecting burrow requires you to be quite nutty. Especially consistently.
It's also not fun to play the forbidden tech Sand King. It works, but it's still not fun.
That's max caustic on Sand King, right?
No, you go level 1 burrow, waste all your mana, and then just build a shitload of armor.
That doesn't sound very good. I understand the logic behind it, but it still doesn't sound very good.
Anti-mage can't hurt you.
Yes, but could you hurt anti-mage?
No, but there's no way in hell you're ever gonna kill an anti-mage with Sand King, so...
Hey man, just hit 3 creeps with caustic, burrow strike him with the 3 creeps with caustic. All I have to do is require anti-mage to not be paying attention to the lane. I'm sure a player of the caliber of Fume does not pay attention to caustic finale on creeps as anti-mage.
I mean, even if you hit all 4 creeps and then blow them up right beside an anti-mage with 1 point in whatever the hell that ability is called now, that reduces magic unless you reflect spells, he's not going to die due to the magic resistance and the fact that you're probably only putting 1 point in caustic, because if you put 2 points in caustic, you're asking to lose the game.
Yeah, caustic. I mean, you get a lot of the value of caustic finale with 1 point anyway, so it's...
Yeah.
We might be overanalyzing the potential of anti-mage Baker. We will see a...
I mean,
there's Spirit
it's
Picker.
really not a bad anti-mage game so far, though. Like, they have nothing really to kill you.
This is very interesting. Nebula appears to be skinning the draft of Ganksquad last game alive and just taking their heroes. Alas, they cannot take Jug, but they can still take Lesh if they want that.
I would not be picking Lesh into this.
Yeah, neither would I. It's an awful Lesh game, I think.
Okay, I have a question, Badger.
What's your question?
Does Frost Shield provide damage resistance or physical resistance?
Physical resistance, right?
See, but why does the skill say damage resistance? Because it does only apply physical resistance.
Huh. Welcome to Dota, I guess? I don't know.
In our last game, we were discussing it like Snow said it only applies physical resistance, and TK and I were like, no, it provides damage resistance. And apparently in a previous patch, they took out the damage resistance and changed it back to physical resistance, but they just kept it listed as damage resistance.
And that is honestly the most Dota 2 thing I've heard in my entire life. It's like, yeah, we don't need to update the tooltips. Anybody who needs to know the difference already knows the difference. Apparently, you guys don't need to know the difference.
Man, Lich would actually be such a good hero if that was damage resistance.
It's not a bad hero now either. It's definitely not like a bottom of the barrel type dumpster hero. It's a viable hero in certain lineups.
I wonder where they're putting this Bloodseeker.
I'm assuming carrier, right? They're going to put Mirana Sand King off lane, Lich Bloodseeker safe lane. They'll land the Lich Bloodseeker into a Timber Spirit Breaker, and they'll land the Wraith King Rubik into a Sand King Mirana. Does that sound good? Sounds correct, but I don't know if it sounds good.
You know, they kind of drafted a good team to play Rubik into. There's a lot of good spells you can steal.
It's one of those things where, I mean, there's not that many heroes in Dota where the spells are bad, you know what I mean? There's really are not that many.
Just pick Earth Spirit, Smile.
There's no rocks there. So if you feel like, I don't know, like Razor, Earth Spirits, Wraith King. I mean, what will be the ultimate anti-Rubik tech? If you had to pick a lineup of 5 heroes that are just awful into Rubik, it'd be like Wraith King.
Wraith King stuff okay to steal.
It's only a stun though. It's not the greatest steal in the world. But then there's only so many heroes in Dota where every spell you can steal is bad. You know what I mean?
You forget how large of a cast range Rubik has now. Wraith King stun with like 1200 cast range is pretty fucking good.
I guess like Storm, there's not too much good stuff you can steal because you probably don't really have the mana for it. I am overanalyzing Rubik deck.
You know the best spell in the game to steal?
Ice Path?
Strength Morph.
Strength Morph. Yeah, that's a good one. Either way, though, luckily Nebula and Ganksquad have spared us from our banter. We are seeing a mid lane Ember. Will be played by Nier, so Captain Cobra will now flex to the off lane and Nier will flex to mid. And we'll be seeing Spidez on a mid Invoker. We'll be seeing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuns for Ember for sure. I mean, it's not a great lane either at that Invoker, so
yeah.
We'll have to see how good Nier's Ember is. Let's just go over to OBS and take off those team records. There we go. I'm not leaving that on again. Did it once. I don't plan on doing it again. Yeah, it is as expected. It'll be a 4 Mirana. So Guam probably sad about that, but what are you gonna do? You're just stuck playing 4 Mirana. Or sorry, your Miranas has to play 4 sometimes. You're stuck playing Lich.
It is a 5 Spirit Breaker and a 4 Rubik.
Huh. No, we were actually wrong with this last game too. We thought it'd be a 4 Veno and a 5 Shaman, ended up being that way around. We're seeing it again. We're seeing a Bulljax. He's playing Spirit Breaker. That's a little weird, I think, but you know what? I dig it.
Bulljax, is there something you're not telling everyone? Are you practicing to be a 4-player next season?
See a closet 4-player deep down inside? He's like a caterpillar. He's in the cocoon trying to break free. Like, yes, I'm a 4-player. I don't want to play Bane and Lich. I want to play real heroes like Earthshaker.
Dude, I miss playing 5 so much I queued ranked. That's
that did not go well. You played Bane, and some guy called you a 2K. He called you a literal 2K
because I didn't contest a rune at 12 minutes.
So if you
and then he fed down mid. So who are you gonna trust?
If you were 7.3K like him instead of 7.0K like yourself, you would have understood, Burke.
Yes, it's okay. I won the next 2 games.
That's true. Either way, though, if you missed who's playing what is on the screen now. I will be calling Invoker Spidez all game because that is his name. Other than that, yeah, I'll be... Yes, I'm going to call him Mr. Green Knight Shrek, but I think everyone knows that one already.
You have to call Bulljax Godzilla.
I am not doing that. I do not care that it's his sponsor. I do not give a shit. There's no way I'm calling that man Godzilla. That is a bit of a mouthful. You know
what we should do?
What should we do?
Call him King Kong.
I mean, are you some kind of King Kong enjoyer, man? I don't get it.
No, but it would trigger him.
Dear Lord. Either way, though, Guam did drop the Sentry once again. We'll miss this time. Acid Rain, he's adapted.
Actually, it was Cobra who placed it down.
They've adapted either way.
If you thought Spidez had a MMR deficit in the last mid lane, he definitely has one now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's... You're laying against a 1K or so Immortal Gamer as a Divine 4. It's doable, but it's certainly at the disadvantage. Guam appears to be alive. He's not going to feed this time.
Feed, Guam. The bounty rune is worth your life.
Yeah, for those who are just joining, we are in the game 2 of the series. They did not tag the lobby properly, of course. We did see Nebula take game number 1 over the Ganksquad, so probably should put a little thing in OBS saying that Nebula won game 1, but I think, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. What's your question?
Do you properly know how to spell Nebula?
Nebula? Nebula? Am
That was just you failed to spell it right twice.
Okay, I I didn't fail to spell it twice. I failed to type it twice. They're two very different things. I would prefer if we're seeing Acerine go on a very aggressive courier snipe. You might just die for that actually, taking a lot of tower shots, and his courier actually is going to die forward as well. So it's a very interesting situation there. And now Guam looking for the kill there on Acerine, looking for first blood, and he will find it. That was a very interesting play there by this Rubik. Got a very ballsy there, looking for that courier snipe. He got it, but at a very significant cost to himself.
Oh, Hype is camping mid.
And he's getting ready to go with that arrow, looking for the right angle on near. I'm trying. Oh, there it is. We'll miss. Actually, he'll hits. Spidas. He is hitting Hype. Never mind. There's no kill. Simply a stylish arrow, I guess.
There's a lot of damage on Ember though, who's not going to enjoy being consistently harassed by Invoker Reckless.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, if he goes for that Flame Guard, there's always a tornado to purge it off, so it's a rough time there for Mr. Near. Either way, though, Bulljax and Hype, they are fighting. I see 2 sentries on Bulljax. He's getting ready to try to ruin the Sand King's game, but yeah, there's only so much you can do to ruin a Sand King's game.
It might be a little bit hard, depending. Well, I guess not. Maybe not with the current Sand King build. Well, his item build. If you picked up like a bracer or something, it'd be very hard to kill him inside of that sandstorm without dying yourself.
He is simply going Tranquil's Blink instead, so he's prioritizing that later game. I should say not later game, but he's more finished items rather than that laning bracer. Either way, though, lanes have all headed slightly towards Ganksquad so far this game, so pretty much the opposite of last game, where they went slightly in favor of Nebula early. This time it has been slightly in favor of the opposite team. Overall, though, we're seeing a bit of equilibrium going on. Waves coming under towers, pulls being done. This is classic Dota 2 activities, really. Nothing too out of the ordinary yet. Actually, they actually might go on Acid Rain top. There's a Telekinesis back. Eddie doing a lot of damage. Fume dies bottom as well. This is interesting. How did Fume die bottom? Gee, Acid Rain's being dove as well by Eddie. So, in that case, okay, Guan dies as well to Captain Cobra. This is some clowny activities going on right now. Lots of brawling going on in these side lanes. That was a 2-for-1 top lane, I believe. Yeah, it was a 2-for-1 top lane. It's absolutely crazy. Either way, though.
Lucky for Fume, though, he did not miss a lot of creeps.
He gets arrowed once again, but he should just get most of those last hits under tower. Actually, he missed 2 of them, but we're seeing Bulljax being gone on. There is a leap in by Hype, but Bulljax has charge. He simply will charge away and then cancel that, then heal up somewhere. Actually, yeah, Hype wanted it, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. Unless... Arrow? Will miss. Bulljax will be fine.
That's a hard arrow to hit.
He wanted it.
Oh.
Could not find it.
Cobra's getting low here.
He's being gone on. There's a silence being missed by Eddie, but it resulted in Guam being able to hit him, deal a little bit more damage. Telekinesis is backed by Acid Rain. It will save Captain Cobra for now, and he appears to be completely fine there. Though he might have to bring out some more regen than he's already bringing out. He is quite low, giving a lot of move speed to Eddie on that Bloodseeker.
Wraithing getting very close to his Midas now. About 500 gold off.
He's trying to do his best to just farm as much as he can. He's already in the jungle, it appears, just fully. Giving a lane to his Bulljax Spirit Breaker.
Bomb very low, but Captain Cobra is getting run down here.
Yeah, Eddie actually canceling that dive. He thought about it. He said, "You know what? I don't want to do this. Some heroes missing. I don't want to contest that." And he simply secured the bounty from here.
Died Denver.
Yeah. So it was the right play to not go for that dive. But they might just go on Eddie anyways. They are picking him out, but there appears to be a no kill attempt there.
Wraith King has just gone jungled now.
He's
He
fully
has
in.
gold from Midas. Yeah, just gonna give the lane to his Bulljax player.
And Bulljax, who I was pretty much getting no experience earlier, we'll get some now, but he is being arrow bottom lane. Shrek is there, Sandstorm being used, as is the Burrow. Bulljax charging, but only that creep, actually. He probably will just get run down eventually. Actually, he TPs, and he will escape, actually. Meanwhile, top lane, Guam being gone on. Acid Rain will use telekinesis, will get that kill onto Guam. With obviously the help from that Captain Cobra Timbersaw, so. Across the map,
Shrek.
pretty fine stuff.
Shrek wanted to keep that card alive, but he couldn't get the creep wave to die fast enough.
Took a good bit of damage for it as well.
He does have Tranquils in the south going though, so he should be okay. And an arrow even stops the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, Hype is just ready. He is ready.
He might have given up that they have a ward there, but kind of hard to tell for Bulljax where that ward is.
Middle lane? Never mind. Spida is simply walking away. All is well. Did force out a TP there from Acid Rain, but all is well.
If they recognize this, they could maybe pressure top. Might be a little bit hard with only level 1 Blood Right and Guam being AFK, but... Oh, he's back.
Certainly not the easiest kill in the world. Middle lane, though, might see an attempt from Hype. Shane did miss from the Ember. Everybody's arrow! Actually, we'll cancel a TP of Nier. That's a good play there by Hype. Heads up play. Obviously not killing the Ember, but certainly hurts his game. TP on cooldown. It's a walk to base now. It's a rough time there. And it is looking spicy once again. Either way, though, we are seeing, as expected, Shrek is now cutting this wave. We'll probably drag a wave to the jungle very soon if I were him. Maximize that experience. Maximize that farm. Especially with Fume being completely MIA. Simply being a woodsman at this point.
Looking like they really want to take this bottom tower. Bulljax might get gone on here.
Yeah, Guam is here, Hype is here, but Bulljax sees him, but the Epi is still there regardless. Burrow as well. Arrow comes through on the Bulljax. Kill will go to Shrek. And they are now onto the tower. However, top lane, they might just look for Eddie. Acid Rain is here. The lift back into the chakram. Get a little more damage, and with that chain, they will find the kill. TP was cancelled from, I'm assuming that was Guam. Didn't check who that was.
Yeah, then let's go on.
Overall, though, 1-for-1 across the map. But so far, a good 1-for-1 for Nebula. It is a Bloodseeker for a Bulljax.
Fume rotating mid here. No, never mind. He's just going into jungle.
The chains were used by Nier, but nothing of value was gained or lost by either team, really.
If this arrow lands, he could very well be dead. Unfortunately, it's free.
We're seeing Fume use his farming still. He's at the hard camp in dire side now. However, bottom lane, they're looking for Bulljax. Rupture was there, so Bulljax will die eventually to Eddie. Looked for a neutral deny at the very end, but with that Rupture, it's a very easy kill for the side of Ganksquad. Shrek has headed top lane, looking to defend this tower, but is very low already. And last hit will go to Fume.
There is a sentry ward on Fume if they want to go for Shrek here.
Actually, Nier died middle lane to an arrow from Hype. Huge arrow there from... Actually, I'm surprised they're not using the sentry there.
I don't think he realizes he has it. He probably got given the sentry ward.
Yeah, it's from Bulljax.
Yeah, and he just forgot he had it.
Either way, though, we're seeing Hype do a very good job middle lane of rooting Ember's game. I mean, he canceled a TP earlier, just got a kill recently. Ember currently 6th in net worth, so... having a great game so far. There's a charge from Bulljax on the Spidas. No airstrike just yet. Chakram, though, is there. Tornado will hit on 3 Radiant Heroes. In comes Nier. Remnant is on all 3. He's being gazed by Lich in his dive time. Chakram is there. Down goes Spidas. Guam dead as well. They're looking for Hype. Another Remnant is there. And they're leaping in from Acid Rain. Charge there from Bulljax, but there's an arrow as well. Bulljax appears to be too tanky, though. Shrek is in the area. Down goes Bulljax looking for Acid Rain. Dive in from Nier. Down goes Hype. And now they're back to Acid Rain. They're looking for him with the burrow. The blink is up on Shrek. So down goes Acid Rain. It's absolute chaos. I believe 3 for 2 in favor of Nebula there, overall. Yeah, it was 3 for 1, actually. Never mind.
No, it was 3 for 2. Bulljax and Acid Rain go down.
My bad. Either way, though, they will burrow there onto Captain Cobra. Was EMP'd. He is low on mana, trying to chain, but he's now fully out of mana. In comes Nier. Arrow was there from Hype. Hit on Captain Cobra. He goes down. Nier fighting up at Shrek, but simply not enough HP to keep that fight going. And Nier with the double damage is trying to do damage, but he lacks the remnants to go for the right offensive play that he wants to go for.
It looks like there's going to be a lot more action to come in this mid lane.
Yeah, heroes, they're respawning and they're TPing back in. They want the brawl.
Both top and bottom lane towers.
Oh, there's a cold snap there, but Spider's taking a lot of damage. Charge was there, but he can't let tornado. Down goes Nier. He's the first casualty. They're looking for Bulljax. Bulljax could not get an airstrike off. Down goes Bulljax. Captain Cobra looking for Invoker. Has chain in 2, but he's now ruptured. Eddie looking for that kill. Sunstrike will miss, and down goes Captain Cobra. 3 kills for Ganksquad.
Fortunately for Spiders, but unfortunately for what's it called? Cobra. There was no trees to chain to.
And Acid Rain almost died middle as well, but he was completely fine actually.
Yeah, if the arrow landed, he might have been in trouble, but there was a few too many creeps.
I was thinking, like, should I cast that? He'll be fine. He won't die. No harm, no foul. Either way, he will get a Starstorm now from Hype. Leaped in, stole Starstorm. He actually might go for a kill here with the Bulljax charge, but Shrek is in the area, so he can have a counter. Bulljax will cancel that. Thinking better of that dive play given his team's vision. Does not see a lot of dire heroes.
Unfortunately for Acid Rain, it is only level 1 Starstorm.
It's a sad tale. Either way, Radiant, our back middle, Burrow Strike is on 2 from Shrek. In comes the EMP, huge arrow from Hype as well. Timbersaw dropping low, Timbersaw does go down. Can they get more? Eddie looking for Acid Rain. Rupture is there. He's being brought back, but he still will go down. Burrow is there on Bulljax. Looking for a third. He's gazed by Guam, and it will be 3 kills for the Ganksquad. And they're doing a lot in this middle lane. They're looking for the tower, but meanwhile, in the side lanes, Nier, you're shoving in bottom, and Fume is shoving in top. It feels like Ganksquad are doing everything right but one thing, and that thing is Fume. They have a Fume problem in their hands very soon. He's got Relic Gold.
Unfortunately, though, Nier's having a bit of a rough game. He's still pretty far away from this Maelstrom, which is what's going to allow him to be active so that Fume can continue farming.
That's the power of Hype. Hype shut Nier down this game. He made sure. He focused a lot of his efforts on that. Alright, I'm going to ruin this Ember's game. And he accomplished it. And he might just go down here on the Ember. Shrek is there, has the Burrow, is there follow-up? It's a cold snap. He will defensively remnant, but he has only 2 remnants left. In comes the Tornado. Bulljax is charging through, but Nier's still trying to survive. Has 1 more remnant. He will get once again stunned by Shrek. He'll go down. Chain Frost is there. Will not bounce on anything, but he will slow up Bulljax. They're not looking for Bulljax. Stun is there, and 2 on Shrek. They will burrow through, actually onto Acid Rain. So they're looking for both. Bulljax dropping low. Acid Rain will leap away at the stolen leap. Bulljax charging away. They need a little more damage. Can they find it? And the answer appears to be yes, but it what? Actually, Sunstrike will barely miss. There's once again a stolen burrow onto Sand King. The Sand King burrows away instead. Arrow will miss. Chakram going through, looking for Spidez. They're charging through with Bulljax. Bulljax is ruptured. He goes down. Eddie's in the fight, but so is Fume. Invoker now down. Arrow was stolen, missed, but Guam dies regardless. And these fights are just... these are long fights.
Yeah. Ganksquad chased way too far for those kills there.
And they're looking for Hype. Nier knows he's there. He actually missed the chains there, but it won't particularly matter. He dodges the arrow. And he will slowly run Hype down. Hype has a leap in 24 seconds.
Oh, he actually almost killed the Acid Rain with that arrow.
I'm sure that was a... that would have been a pretty amazing kill. That had to have been unintentional.
It was definitely by accident, but if that killed him, that would have been insane.
That's a tip. That's definitely a tip if you get that one.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I mean, this Fume thing is going to get out of control pretty fast. He has a finished relic. The Radiance is on the Courier, so it's time for the Man of Bones to farm a lot of creeps.
Yeah, Wraith King's definitely going to be a problem. They don't really have an answer.
However, looking for near bottom, Epicenter Burrow is there with the Sunstruck. They will find the kill, will go to Shrek. And they committed everything onto near, but they're keeping him down. So you know what? We can't kill Fume, but you know who we can kill? We can kill Ember Spirits. Hype is fighting Captain Cobra. Tornado is there, but there's a charge from Bulljack. Nebula Strike will not need it for Hype. Hype does go down. We'll use it onto Spideheads, but in comes Shrek. Burrow is there on 2. He will finally get it off on the Invoker, but Timbersaw is out of mana, but in comes Acid Rain. Ice Ball is there. Vessel is used on Bulljack, trying to charge away, but it was cancelled by... I'm not exactly sure what.
It's not cancelled, he's just
he's just that slow! He was that slow from Ice Ball. Either way, though, that's hilarious, actually. That's one of the consequences of changing charge over the years, is now you get slowed. And usually being slowed is no big deal, but when you're slowed by like 90%, then it's actually a big deal.
It's also a change to Remnant. Remnant's based off of Ember Spirits movement.
Either way, though, this is... Ganksquad, they are currently holding their own. The gold lead, about 0, give or take. And Fume is farmed, but the rest of Nebula are not very farmed.
Yeah, that gold lead is heavily shortened because of how farmed Fume is.
Guam
Smoke Break on
Acid Rain, but there's no follow-up. He's lifted onto the cliff, actually, so he's just stuck there for a little bit.
RTZ.
However, bottom lane, the once again looking for near Epi is not available. In comes Hype, has the arrow, will not throw it. It appears will now throw it. In comes the Cold Snap, down goes near. Never mind, his defensive remnant. He's still on the run. Shrek has stun, will actually miss it onto Near. There's another remnant coming through, but there's a charge coming through from Bulljack. Near on the run, there's a root there onto Shrek. And Near still running away. He will TP. Gets cancelled by Hype. Another huge arrow is there. And now they're looking for Bulljacks. There's an airstrike in there onto Shrek, but now in comes all of Ganksquad except for Eddie. Bulljax goes down. Tornado was stolen by Acid Rain, used on Shrek. Will be a kill. There's a gaze there onto Timbersaw. Arrow once again from Hype onto Timber. Down goes Timber. Okay, finally goes down. Never mind. The chain once again missed, but it would not have mattered regardless. It was... Timbersaw is very tanky, actually. I keep thinking he's dead.
That was the ultimate space maker for Eddie, though. He had increased movement speed with that whole fight based on thirst, but he was just farming the whole time with it.
I can farm faster, damn it. He even has the Fade Brooch for movement speed. This man is fast. Speaking of space, though, I mean, that also was space for Fume. I mean, this man is... I believe that's full in the Courier. That's a Blink Dagger on the Courier, yeah. That man is actually ready to fight if he wants to fight with level 2 Reincarnate and the Blink Dagger.
Oh yeah, he's going for BKB next, and there is going to be nothing that the Dire is capable of doing to kill him. They're going to have to Rupture and take the fight away from him.
Rupture even the man, and then walk away and hope they can't chase us. With their Spear Picker and their Ember and their Timbersaw.
Hopefully you're able to bring him down once and then Rupture him, otherwise he might just keep running at you and not care. They are going for a smoke play here. They could very well find this Bloodseeker.
Now looking at Nebula's vision, they only see Invoker bottom. But Nier might just pop the smoke. Yeah, Nier smoke pops.
Smoke breaks.
There's a Remnant. Is there a Chains? Will be used. Silence comes out from Ember, but in comes Nebula. Charge comes through from Bulljack. Stun is there from Fume with the Blink. Arrow is there on the Spear Picker, but down goes Eddie. Ganksquad half showed up. Tornado is there on 2. Meteors through as well, but this might not be good for them. Airstrike is in onto Spideheads. Epi Burrow is there onto Acid Rain. Acid Rain goes down. Chain Frost is bouncing. It's going through the creeps. Can they kill Bulljax? Can they kill Invoker, actually? Invoker dropping low, trying to fight Bulljax. Both of them going down. Reincarnate is popped. Once again, Narston is there onto Captain Cobra. Arrow will misthank that Captain Cobra Timbersaw Yule Scepter. He chains through. Shrek blinks away. And now they're looking for Guam, it appears. But now there's a burrow once again on Captain Cobra. Vessel is there. And with the Sinister Gaze, they will find Captain Cobra. Tornado going through will hit on Nier. Is there follow-up arrow? Not being used yet. Cold Snap there on Nier. There is no remnant yet available. He can use it, but it will not save his life. Triple kill for Spiders, and it's another long team fight.
Somehow became a good fight for Ganksquad, and I have no idea how.
I honestly don't know either.
They instantly lose their Bloodseeker, and they almost lose their
Invoker.
Invoker right after.
No, Fume is being gone on bottom. Rupture once again
he
is
has
up.
no ult.
Fume is down. That's the consequence of having level 2 reincarnate rather than level 3 reincarnate. It's a long, long respawn time.
Bulljax might just die here as well. Oh.
And with the bullet, extra boost speed, but there is a burrow there from Shrek. They will try to kill it with the Cold Snap as well, and that's a dead Spirit Breaker. 2 more kills for Ganksquad, and as the name would suggest, they are currently a squad that is ganking. And they're doing it successfully. They actually have a chance in this game, and I'm excited to say that. This is it's a rare occurrence for them. It's exciting to see this. Either way, though, they are now headed for that bottom tower. They have 5 heroes in the area. Eddie will start hitting that tower. Fume, though, is respawning, but he probably will want to get level 18 before fighting. Especially after dying there. Tower will die.
They are TPing into this.
Bulljax is charging. Arrow, though, will be on Acid Rain. Acid Rain will go down, but can Bulljax survive? And the answer is no, so that's 2 heroes dead for literally nothing, except for like 200 damage on the Invoker. Not a great situation.
No, they're probably just going to push mid-tower with this. Probably mid-tower, take top tower, and go to Roche.
They are smoked, so perhaps they want some kind of core hero plus Roshan rather than the tier 2 tower. They will run into Captain Cobra. He has the Yules, but the burrow there from Shrek. Cold Snap is there as well. Can he even Yules in time? The answer is no. Another killer for Ganksquad, and they might even look for Nier here. Never mind, they will not look for it at the top lane. They're going to get a middle lane.
Gonna be here.
There is a Rupture available on Eddie. In comes the Blink, in comes the Epicenter. They're looking for Fume. Reincarnate is popped, but it was level 3 Reincarnates. Guam goes down on the side. There will be a trade for... Actually, Guam's still alive. Bulljax will die, though. Fume still wants to kill Guam. Missy's chasing up Guam, but Nier goes down. Fume still chasing Guam. He gets Cold Snap. That's 2 deaths there for Fume. Nier buys back.
Shrek
He's in the fight. He kills Shrek, but there's a tornado there from Spiders. They need more. Deafening Blast. Actually misses completely, but doesn't matter. Eddie dropping low. Nier dropping low. Spiders, he's rooted under tower. They both might just die here. Spiders goes down. Nier goes down. It's an absolute clown show. Guam finally dies to that telekinesis damage. Captain Cobra's back. Looking for hype. Moonlight Shadow, it's over. And it's... What is going on in this Dota game right now? Burrow Strike, it's stolen, it's used, down goes hype. This is absolutely crazy.
He threw that butt-deafening blast. Looked like a fart.
That was, the completely incorrect direction.
Remember when you used to throw hook backwards and, like, spear backwards on Mars and stuff?
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Those were days. Either way, though, this is... It has to be a win for Ganksquad, right? I mean, they killed Nier twice. They killed Fume. They lost pretty much everybody for it, but those are very important kills there on the Ember and the Wraith King.
Yeah, they do keep their Bloodseeker alive. However, for Nebula, that does stop them from pressuring any of these outer towers and even taking Roche, so it does delay the game a little bit for them. It's going to get Fume closer to this BKB. However, I think Nier actually did get enough gold that it might have been worth for him to buy back. He is getting close to his BKB as well. And once they have those double BKBs, these fights are definitely going to be a lot harder for Ganksquad. So they need to continue applying pressure here. They have a full 10-second duration BKB on their Bloodseeker. They just need to smoke up and go again.
Alright, speaking of smoking up and going again, it's go time. Ganksquad, they are fully 5-man smoked. They will head into this Radiant jungle. Radiant did scan. Will it hit? The answer is yes, but can they escape is the question. They are on the run. Shrek might look for a blink stun, might just find Fume. It will pop. Where will he blink? It will be down. It will be onto Fume. It will be 1 life lost. But can they kill him twice? In comes Bojack. Nurse Strike is there on Eddie. Drops the BKB. Chain Frost going through. Fume dropping low. Fume goes down. 2 deaths so far on Nebula. They stun up near. If he dies, it's a dieback. Is there a Sinister Gaze? It's there. They try to bring him back with the Shard Telekinesis, but it's not enough. Now they're looking for Captain Cobra. He's ruptured. He pops the heals, but he's going to go down here as well. Can they find Acid Rain? It could be a full 5-man wipe. Down goes Captain Cobra. But back comes Bojax. He buys back, looking for Shrek. They offensively bull up him, and they're looking for Shrek, and they might just let Shrek die, actually. Shrek has the burrow. Actually, might be able to blink away. Actually blinks away, and everybody on Ganksquad's fine.
No
It's not used. I don't think it's enough damage anyways with that little Exort. Either way, though.
That was a very good attempt by that Rubik there to throw his near player back up onto the high ground.
He had the right play. It's just
split second delay.
Yeah, too little HP. Like if Nier had like 2 or more HP, that's a really that play would have worked. But
yeah, he had to Remnant down. He just needed to get out of that stun lock.
Yeah, Acid Rain's having a good game, but the problem is it doesn't really matter if he's having a good game if his team is just they're collapsing, they're crumbling, they are absolutely falling apart right now. And for Nebula, this game is turning rough fast. They still do not have the BKB on Fume yet.
Well, they might just kill Shrek here.
Oh, Shrek is in the wrong spot right now. Everything's on cooldown. Pops that BKB, but he's charged.
BKB on the courier.
He burrows. He is spotted. Can he blink away? The answer is yes. Can he escape? The answer appears to be no. Good chakram there from Captain Cobra. Will find Shrek the Green Knight. And now, Bojack's trying to charge through. Arrow will actually miss from Hype. Nier goes in on Guam. Sinister Gaze is there. Tornado will go through. The Nurse Strike will finally kill up Guam. There's a chain through. They're looking for more. They use up Spidas. Can there be follow-up? The answer is certainly. Charge. Actually, Charge will not be there thanks to that good Ice Ball from Spidas. But Captain Cobra is still on the chase. Rupture is there from Eddie, but in comes the big bad Fume. BKB is popped. Down goes Timbersaw. This fight is collapsing. It's absolutely chaotic. Nier is diving under tier 3. Tornado was there on him. On there in the fight, Eddie running away from Fume. Charge is in. They're still looking for Spidas, but they cannot find him. In comes Fume. He'll stun up Hype. The Sunstrike will be there, will not be needed. Bojax goes down. Chains is there on Bloodseeker. They're still diving. Fume has 2 lives. 1 will be popped. In comes Spidas once again. Nier TP's away, but he has the Remnant. He'll probably re-engage here. Fume on the run. Fighting up Eddie. Eddie dropping low. Eddie going to die to the Radiance. Actually going to die to Nier. And he will chain up both the remaining heroes. Hype goes down. They're now looking for Spidas, but the Chain Frost is there, and it will do absolutely nothing. And Nier chains up Guam, wants another kill, and he actually gets stunned by Shrek, it appears. And he will get actually brought down by the Cold Snap in the epicenter. What is going on in this Dota? This is absolutely chaotic.
Fume's TP finished with a split second before Shrek blinked in and stunned him there.
Whew. This is an unbelievable Dota game. This is one of the better games I've casted in LAD so far. This is great. Either way, though, I mean, Ganksquad, they are ahead, but Nebula, they have their key items.
Cobra might get caught out here. There is no arrow follow-up for the Sand King stun. However,
we'll go up
looks like they go for Acid Rain.
Acid Rain, a much easier kill if they can just simply find him. He has no way to escape this if they can find him, and they will find him. Cold Snap, Burrow, Dessel, Sandstorm, damage.
If he threw himself out of that somehow.
He tried, but then there's still no escape.
A valiant attempt.
Where is Bojax going? It is nowhere, never mind. However...
Looks like Ganksquad are trying to settle down here. No need to take these fights. They're gonna go push these towers and probably try and secure Roche.
Eddie is alone middle lane, but he should be fine, right? Yeah, Chain will not be used.
There's a BKB and there's no Wraith King here.
No charge.
Ooh, Enchanted Quiver pickup on the Radiant.
That's huge.
That will be very valuable on potentially the Ember Spirit here.
We're seeing Captain Cobra fighting Shrek the Green Knight, but nobody's dead just yet. Bojax did charge, but it's cancelled for obvious reasons. However, in come Ganksquad, but Radiant actually don't really see everything, but they have enough of an idea that they're just not dying on Captain Cobra's timber there.
Yeah, they just want this tower and to take Roche. They don't want to take a fight if they don't have to without that Aegis. However,
Alright.
it looks like Radiant want to defend this tier 1 tower.
They did smoke up. Fume blinks in, stuns up Bloodseeker. There's a charge from Bulljax, but it was canceled by Cold Snap.
Oh.
Shrek on the side is a little bit isolated. And in comes Captain Cobra, but there's no catch yet.
Mirana's on the way. Ganksquad definitely want to wait until that Mirana gets in arrow position before they engage. Still just baiting that Bloodseeker.
And they're baiting the Timbersaw, it appears, as well. They might be able to
Hype
kill
has
him.
gone on here.
Yeah, there's a huge epi there from
Oh.
Shrek, but it's actually no epi, stun there from the Sand King. He might just go down. He pops BKB, he burrows through, but it's literally doing no stun at all. Captain Cobra's fighting Eddie, but he's ruptured. Captain Cobra goes down. Chain Frost will do nothing, but Nier is remnanting away. Fume trying to chase. Timbersaw will buy back. Eddie still fighting. Down goes Bulljax. Stun tries to hit Fume, but it's a blink away from Fume, barely in time. In comes Timber. He's back. Down goes Spidas. Invoker is dead. Arrow will go through. Will hit on Acid Rain, but not enough to save Shrek. Gaze is there on Ember. Ember trying to survive. Eddie, he's fighting. He's killing Nier.
Nier goes down.
And Hype on the run. Fume still fighting. Still has 2 lives. And Captain Cobra looking for Eddie. Could not find him. Eddie TP's away. Guam goes down, though. He's looking for Hype, and Hype is dead. This fight started well for Ganksquad, but ended up very well for Nebula. And they're even looking for Spidas, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. Oh god, this game is actually crazy. Arrow? Nah, arrows. Arrows nowhere. And Nebula will grab this tier 2 top. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Is the Fume unkillable? You saw it in that fight. They didn't even try to kill him. They just simply tried to walk away from him, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of physical damage on this dire lineup, so the moment he pops BKB, he's very hard to kill. Looks like Radiant want to start going Roche here.
Yeah, they are starting to hit it. They're missing Fume, but Fume will arrive fashionably late to claim his Aegis and Roshan, it appears. Ganksquad have an idea. They did see Fume walk into the pit, but can they stop it? The answer appears to be no, but they will try smoking and fighting anyways.
Radiant might not take this fast enough.
Actually, it is still alive, you're right.
All the skeletons are dead.
Alright, Roshan, very low. In comes
Shrek's gonna have
Shrek,
to get
Epi,
in there.
and Burrow is there. The Aegis will go to Nier. He's doing a ton of damage there on the Sand King. Chain Frost is there as well. Down goes Shrek. Down goes Bulljax and Captain Cobra as well. Fume on the run. He's BKB'd. Can he survive, though? In comes Guam. Oh, there's a blink away from Fume, and it's... Fight is over. But overall, it's good from Ganksquad. Shrek, he died for his team.
Unfortunately, he didn't press BKB before he got in the pit.
Actually, this fight's still going on. It's a stolen Chain Frost, but it will do only a little bit of damage to Hype. Stun from Wraith King onto Mirana. Tornado, though, appears to have secured the retreat for Hype. Yeah, it has secured the retreat for Hype. And in the chaos, Eddie did grab the top tier 1 tower, so that's something. However, in comes Nier, remnanting in comes Fume, blinking, tried to stun Guam, but he did Glimmercate in time. Fume is silenced from Bloodseeker, but he doesn't care. He's simply running anyways.
Fume does not have his shard yet. If they EMP this Wraith King, he could very well just die here.
Questions, are Ganksquad ready to make that exact play is the question. Do they know they need to EMP him?
He is standing under a ward here. However, I think Fume will see the EMP coming probably in BKB,
Yeah.
so that he will get a second life.
Unless it can completely lock him down. Not sure a Bulljax charged, but he did cancel it immediately. By the way, though, only Captain Cobra is dead. He is respawning soon. And we're seeing a bit of splitting going on from Nebula. Ganksquad are relatively is 5, but they don't really have a smoke available, it appears. Yeah, they have no smokes available.
Eddie is picking up an Abyssal Blade, this might actually be enough for them to be able to deal with a Wraith King through BKB.
Oh god, Fume is doing so much damage around Shrek. Shrek will
arrow.
go down to the telekinesis damage. The stolen arrow by Acid Rain was so huge. And now, they're looking for Lich, Guam, Chain Frost, but it's not going to save his life. He'll go down. Nier is going in, looking for more. Might just find Eddie. But meanwhile, Fume is going to find Hype. Stun is there. Is there follow-up? Not just yet. Fume is actually Cold Snap, but in comes Bulljax. He's charging, but he cannot get all the way onto Hype. So overall, you said there's a stolen arrow there from Acid Rain. Found the opening onto Shrek.
Yeah, it was the initial stun from Wraith King with a follow-up arrow from the Rubik, and Shrek just instantly dropped to half HP with 1 crit.
It's a disaster there for Shrek. Simply was not ready to be jumped. And now Nebula, they are taking buildings. Tier 2 middle is dead. There are more stolen arrows still flying through. And they're going high grounds. The Aegis is still up. They are as 5. Ganksquad are missing 2, so... Despite the Deafening Blast being used and the Glyph being used, Nebula still will try to go fully into this high ground. Arrow? Barely ends before it hits Spidas, actually.
Fume is still playing with fire here. He still does not have this Aghanim shard. And there is ways to burn his mana in this game.
The Tier 3 is down. Netherracks are down as well. There's a silence coming in. Ganksquad are looking to fight. But there's a good telekinesis back from Acid Rain onto Nier. Epi, burrow. Actually, Epi not used, but they are burrowing onto Captain Cobra. In comes Fume. He's now fighting. BKB's being popped by basically everybody. Chain Frost is bouncing around, but it's killing nobody. Actually kills Captain Cobra off his illusions. And now, Nier dropping low. He's dropping this away, dropping this in. He's trying to fight Eddie. He's gazed by Guam. Eddie on the run. Fume still fighting. Nier dropping low. Aegis is popped. Epi is now there. Is now used. Bulljax dropping low. Bulljax goes down. Can they kill Nier? Is there a burrow? There's a burrow onto Nier.
Really
Nier
good
lifted back
arrow.
by Acid Rain, but it's not enough to save him. In comes Eddie. Has that rupture still looking for Fume. Fume has only 1 life left. Here he popped the reincarnate. Fume is going to go down. It's almost going to be a full 5-man wipe. If they can find Acid Rain, they're all going to die. And they found Acid Rain. It's going to be a full 5-man wipe for Ganksquad, and they still have life, damn it! Whew. I'm so excited
No
right now.
buyback used for that hold. They do lose their melee racks, however, it looks like they might just go right back down and take the opposite.
And Ember and Timbersaw both have no buyback. There might be some buildings taken.
However, looks like Eddie is wanting to take the top lane tower instead.
Yeah, there might just be cutting waves. I mean, there still is no wave middle lane for Dire. There's no creeps. They're on the way, but these creeps are very slow today. They're
This
simply not
Abyssal
arriving in
Blade
time.
is finished on this Bloodseeker. This could be very huge in the next fight.
All right, it's buildings time. Nebula, they are respawning. Fume,
I am still scared,
Still dead for
however.
40.
Fume still does not have an Ag Shard, and there's a Lich Sinister Case and an EMP in this game. And it is freaking me the fuck out. Maybe I just don't have the balls he does.
Burrow is there on Captain Cobra. Can they kill him? Sunshine going through. They have enough damage. Captain
very
Cobra goes down.
nice
She has
arrow.
no buyback. Bulljax charges in. He's looking for something. Eddie pops BKB. Fume fighting Shrek. Shrek pops BKB. He's dropping low. Nier is now in. Deafening Blast only on 1. Fume still chasing. Still looking for Shrek. Cannot kill him. There's a Burrow there.
Oh, another really
Oh,
good arrow.
God,
Keeps
down
him
goes
away.
Guam.
Keeps Shrek alive.
Shrek still on the run. Shrek alive. However, Fume is chasing. Can they find anybody?
Very, very good disengage by Ganksquad.
They only lost Guam, and they got 2 buybacks and a lot of tower damage and a tier 2. It's great.
Yeah,
They have this leveler shit now too. They're good to go.
Fume was forced to buy back. Cobra
There's
got
stun
caught
there on
with no
Hype.
buyback.
Can they kill Hype? Heals by Hype. He's charging away, but he's being charged by Bulljax. Cold Snap is there. Abyssal Lair. Down goes Bulljax. Can they kill Fume? He has 2 lives, but he has no BKB. Down goes Fume. They were going to try to kill him twice. Nier will try to keep him alive. There's an arrow there from Hype. Down goes Fume. That's 2 deaths on Fume. That's a buyback. He's dead for 120 seconds. This might be the game for Ganksquad. And it's been this back and forth game, and for a while they were sputtering, and all season they've been sputtering, and now they have a 2-minute window.
Hype has been landing some insane arrows these games. Whether it be full duration long ones off of Reincarnate or Aegis, or even just ones to get his team, short ones to get his team out. But he's been landing insane arrows.
He's actually so nutty. This man, he is playing this Marana. And we thought Guam was going to play Marana. It's a good thing he didn't.
Yikes. Doubting Guam's Marana.
Alright. We're seeing a stun there on Eddie.
Arrows.
And there are chains coming through from near, but it is high ground time. They want these racks. But they appear to still be healing up on Eddie. It's a charge through from Bulljacks. They're trying to kill Shrek. Shrek pops BKB, but he will go down to near. He has buyback, but these racks are still alive. Ganksquad.
This is huge if they can keep them off their high ground here.
Right, the arrow will miss, but there is no way for the Dire. Fumes up in just 40 seconds, and Ganksquad appear to have lost their opportunity.
On one hand, Hype is winning fights with Arrow. On the other hand, Acid Rain is winning fights with Arrow.
So really, it's a
Story
story
of
of
the
Marana Arrow.
Arrow.
And we wondered if Ruru could have spells to steal. All he needed was one spell. Arrow. Oh god, this game is actually physically exhausting me. Oh god, let's look at this vision. Nebula see nothing, but they know where they want to go. Ganksquad? They actually might have seen the smoke barely, but they appear to be on the run regardless. I don't know what to say. This game is actually so crazy. This pause is at the exact wrong time. This is the exact bad time for momentum. I am scared for both teams at this point.
Momentum for which team?
It's just momentum. Period. The game is moving forward, and I'm not sure who's gonna win it just yet. I mean, we're seeing Nebula come up on top, and then the next minute Ganksquad's on top, and then 2 minutes later Nebula's on top again. It's just Dota 2 occurring right now. That's the best way to put it. Whew. All right. This pause is giving the teams time to think. And something that I've noticed is Eddie is #1 in net worth. I mean, despite having only a Maelstrom for a Farm Accelerator, he's now ahead of this Wraith King. Despite the very good start to the game for Fume, he is now 3k behind the Bloodseeker. And Eddie, he's back.
It appears he has a very important PSA. Cialis, ask your doctor.
I'm not gonna no blue pills today. No either way though, we are seeing a smoke there by Nebula still. Fume is responding in 10 seconds.
Guam.
Playing
with fire.
Oh no, Guam's in the wrong spot. He'll probably just die. They'll probably just leave him to die. And they might look for more, but with no Nair Strike, it appears to simply be a pick-off on Guam and a D-Ward on top of it. Roshan is still dead. Will be dead for another minute and 40 seconds. So a relatively short respawn window.
Fume is now going for an Aghanim Scepter. That could definitely change the course of these fights.
We're seeing a lot of these fights where these Nebula heroes are dying, but now suddenly it's like, alright, who cares if you die? You can literally fight for another 7 seconds anyways. And for a hero like, say, Spirit Breaker, that's another charge. For a hero like Ember Spirit, that's a lot more abilities being used. So it's... I like the pickup. Are you still scared that he's not going... oh yeah, he's chanting to the Abyssal Blade. He still has no Aghanim Shard, though. That's a little bit scary.
This man apparently has balls of steel. However, Rubik has picked up a Blink Dagger, and they are now smoking.
Yeah, they're once again going for a charge
going
on
to
Eddie.
be a huge fight mid.
Yes, BKB. However, down goes Hype. That's the man who's been using the arrows all game, and they still stun up Eddie. Can they kill him? The answer is yes. Down goes Eddie. Both heroes dead. Both heroes have buyback. And they're going to have to use them, or Fume is going to literally kill this entire base. Range Rex. They're left to die. Buyback from Hype. There will be a buyback from Eddie as well. Guam responding in his 5 seconds. Ganksquad, they have smokes,
Oh no.
but they've used
going
abilities
on
on the illusion. And now Nebula fully on the run. They've forced out 2 buybacks. Can they find
Nebula
anything? In comes
could
Shrek.
turn
Burrows there
around.
on 2. There's an
Oh,
arrow on
God.
near. Can they kill him? Tornado going through, hitting on 3. But there's a rupture as well. But down goes Shrek. Did he win the fight for his team? Is the question. Captain Cobra dropping low. Captain Cobra goes down. Bulljack's very low. But Eddie's trying to fight near. Near going away. Bulljack's will die to hype. And now Near's in the run. Has 3 remnants. He's cold snaps. Use 1 remnant. Can he get away? The answer is yes, it appears.
Roche is up, unfortunately, for Nebula.
Unfortunately for Ganksquad, they have HP on their heroes, and Nebula do not. But Nebula want to fight anyways. They're buying back on Bulljacks. Arrow,
They
a
know
little
what's
bit
up.
too short, but they know what's happening. And Ganksquad are on the run, but Eddie is hitting the Roshan. Chain through from Captain Cobra. Burrow there from Shrek. He has the Yappy. Arrow will only hit on Roshan. Bulljack's taking a lot of damage. Stolen arrow from Acid Rain, but it's blocked by the BKB of Shrek. Tornado going through. In comes Near. Once again, chains there on height. It might be a dieback. In comes Meter. Hitting on 3. Oh god, down goes Shrek. And Fume. It's very low, and he dies! He didn't get the reincarnate
dies
off!
for the
He
EMP.
ran out of mana! Nair Strike there on Spides. They want to kill him. Hype goes down. Arrow going through. Bulljack's on the run. Bulljack's going to go down. They're looking for Captain Clover. Rupture is there. They're running him down. Can he survive? The answer is no. He is dead. It's only Acid Rain. All 4 heroes have no buyback. In Ganksquad, they may have found a win here.
That EMP took away Red King's entire mana pool just before he died.
And you've been saying it for the last, 15 minutes in real time is, this man has no shard, this man has no shard, and it's now not paying off anymore. We're seeing it in
Rubik
action.
has stolen Rupture. He might go into this pit here.
Eddie's
he knows
very
Eddie's
low. Acid Rain,
He's
Eddie's
trying to take
BKB,
it.
Abyssal perhaps, Abyssal's up onto Acid Rain dropping very low, he'll go down, Eddie is ruptured, but it still will be the Aegis and the cheese for Ganksquad. Nebula are still dead, are still lacking buybacks, but they will respawn before the throne falls. Question of the day is, what can Ganksquad get with that time? Fume, Near, dead for 30, Captain Cobra dead for 60, Acid Rain dead for 100.
It was a very valiant attempt by Acid Rain.
He saw the opportunity, he tried for it, but alas, did not happen. Alright, it is time for the structures to fall. Ganksquad have wanted this for a very, very long time. Glyph, possibly premature there from Nebula, but it will keep the racks alive for now. Range racks are dead. There are 2 heroes defending. Mother racks do go down. And in comes Fume, stuns up on Spides. Ganksquad appear to be on the retreat. They will Tornado Fume. There's a charge though from Bulljax on the Spides, but he will cancel.
Who's faster, a charging Spirit Breaker or this Invoker with triple Wex and Ghost Walk?
It depends if he's under Icefall or not. Either way though, it's this game is actually so intense right now.
Full Gleipnir coming out from Bloodseeker. That could actually be huge with how low BKBs are now.
Yeah, we're
However,
seeing.
Invoker
yeah.
has a 9-second BKB.
I mean, the dire BKBs are fine. It's the Radiant BKBs that are concerned. I mean Eddie's is 5 seconds, but Shreks is also 5 seconds.
Yeah, everyone has a 5-second BKB except for this Invoker has a 9-second.
Actually, technically, Nier is a 6-second
Yeah.
BKB, but I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, there's BKBs are getting low.
There is a Lotus Orb on Lich. That could be very huge. There's a lot of single target abilities on this Radiant team.
And now, Ganksquad, I mean, they're in the bottom lane, as 5. Might be setting up for a high ground bottom. They do still have that Aegis on Eddie. Nebula just trying to push out top lane as much as they can.
Look at the cast range on this Rubik. He has a
Oh
telescope,
lord.
Aether Lens, the talent, and his Arcane Supremacy.
That is disgusting, actually. That is a very long cast range.
He did steal Alacrity, and that might seem like a shit spell to steal,
Good
but that
for
would be
Wraith King.
very strong already. Yeah.
Alright, it is high ground time. Radiant are defending. Fume not there yet, but he does have a TP.
He showed under a dire ward.
Okay,
Ganksquad
they're actually
are
running away.
at him. No, they're running at him.
Can they find him is the question.
They saw him under a ward. They know he's in the triangle.
They don't have Guam with them. And they appear to be splitting up, and even not going in the direction that Fume is in.
Shrek needs to be careful.
Oh, Shrek has a BKB, but he needs to be very careful. He will burrow up Bulljack. Arrows come through. Epi is used. Epi was stolen, I believe. And now Bulljack's trying to go away. He's got nearby Eddie. Eddie going to kill him with the Abyssal Blade. Spidez is fighting, looking for a Fume. BKB is popped, has Reincarnate. Eddie in the back lines, trying to fight Acid Rain. Arrows coming through. Will hit on only Nier. And now the Rupture was stolen. It's onto Eddie as well. Captain Cobra down low. Captain Cobra goes down. They're looking for Nier. Kelp needs to save from Acid Rain. There goes the Remnants, trying to keep Nier alive, and Nier will stay alive. So there's 2 heroes dead, both with no buyback. And now it's time for another attempt at the high ground. Aegis is still there for a minute and 10. Do Ganksquad know the Aegis timer? And better question, do they even care? It's high ground. It's high ground time. It is high ground time. This is do or die.
If Sand King finds Nier, it's all over.
The arrows?
Nier's their high ground defense right now.
Viper is in on Nier. Chainfrost as well. He's gazed back. He's Abyssal Bladed. He's saved by Acid Rain. Can they still kill him? He's still alive. Aegis is down. Shrek finds a burrow. It's on Acid Rain. Fume is cold snapped. He's Vessel. EMP going through. In comes the silence from Bloodseeker. Finds both those kills. It's the Reincarnate being popped. Rubik is dead. He will buy back. Fume trying to fight. Shrek burrows him there. And now in comes Nier. BKB is popped. He's in the back lines, but Fume fighting up Shrek. Shrek will go down. Nier trying to fight. He will run it further forward. In comes Fume. Stuns up Mirana, but it is reflected. Gaze is there onto Fume. Can they kill him twice? Can they kill him now? In comes Eddie. He's saved by Acid Rain once again, but the Rupture is there. Down goes Fume. Nier, he's also dead. Both buy back. And the buybacks are back. In comes Bulljax. Has an air strike. Leaves it on Eddie. He's stunned up. In comes the stun. It's reflected on Fume. Tornado going through. The chains as well. Arrows will hit on 2. Deafening Blast as well. And Eddie's trying to fight, looking for Nier. Bulljack's dropping low. Bulljack's going to go down. And Nier, still alive, barely. He goes down. And Fume, the Reincarnate, once again popped. He's alive, but only one more time. He blinks away. Acid Rain trying to save. Silence coming through. Will not hit anybody. Captain Cobra is back. Arrows will miss. And Ganksquad, they're still trying to win this game, but it's so difficult. It's just so difficult. Eddie, he's on the high ground. He's alacrity once again. Arrows. Will just scout. Another glyph is used. It's been a full 5 minutes since the last glyph. And the arrow is no longer there for Rubik. It's only a Starstorm. He will get a alacrity instead. Eddie hitting the racks. The melees are dead. They're onto the ranged. And that's 2 lanes of racks down. And Ganksquad are on the retreat. It's finally dead. They finally killed the buildings. Dear Lord.
I mean, this Rubik is trying his best.
He's trying so hard.
Teammates.
And he's doing it too. The telekinesis saves are so huge. He is a lone bottom lane, but he has the BKB and he has the Reincarnate.
Know it.
He has the Ionim Shard finally. Dire, the 1v4 Fume. Hex is there from Spidez. He's Vesseled. He's cold snapped. He's arrowed as well. Fume is dead once. Can the team arrive in time? In comes Shrek. Burrow is there. There's a charge back on back. Eddie's in the back lines looking for Bulljax. Meanwhile, Fume still fighting for. Eddie is still fighting. He actually might just die here, but they can still kill Fume. Fume goes down. Meanwhile, Eddie's simply running away. He's too fast. So Fume is dead. 120 once again. No buyback.
Looks like they just want to end. They're not going to bother with the top lane of Rex.
Nier will be respawned though in just 10 seconds, so it will be a 5v4 fight.
There is backdoor protection. Not anymore. The creep wave is to that.
In comes the chakrams. Shrek tried to go in, but it was a stolen tornado, I believe, from Rubik, kept him alive. But Shrek had a one-man burrow. Now Shrek is there onto Shrek as well. The BKB is over. Chakram is there. Down goes Shrek, the Green Knights. He will buy back. Nier BKB is trying to fight Eddie. Has cheese. They'll need to use it soon. Will not actually need to use it at all. Never mind. Ganksquad might be waiting on Shrek. There's only so long they can wait. Fume is only down for 75 more seconds.
They're waiting on Shrek, but I think they just need to go top. It's way too difficult to end this game.
They have a wave that's actually somewhat sizable top lane, including 2 siege units if they go there now. However, they're still all 5 middle lane arrows. Will not hit. Chains will only be on creeps. In goes Shrek. Looked for a burrow, could not find it. Eddie, back to the buildings. There's a stolen frost armor shield onto those towers. Eddie dropping low. He has cheese. He pops the cheese, pops his BKB. Hitting buildings. Airstrike is there. Eddie, half HP. In comes Shrek. Epi Burrow is there, looking for Near. He's stunned up. They stole the Sandstorm for Rubik. Sunstrike will miss. In comes Charge, looking for Eddie. And Airstrike is not available. Moonlight Shadow is popped. Ganksquad once again. Burrow there on Bojack. Arrow is there on Captain Cobra. They need to kill somebody, and they've killed nobody. Eddie is still very low.
Yeah, they only have 20 seconds. They need to get out.
And they got nothing out of that. They didn't get the tier 2 top. They got a single tier 4 middle. And this game goes on.
Looks like they're just going to go for that tier 2 top now. Probably going to wait for the next Roche pickup.
Charge from Boljacks. This could be the fight time. They're looking for spiders. There's a dust there as well. There's a hex there on the Boljacks. Burrow is there looking for Boljacks. Chainfrost as well. Fume is BKB. He's fighting. Boljacks is dead. Has no buyback. Fume is definitely blasted. And Mirror stunned up. Here's Telekinesis. He'll go down. And there's a Rupture there on Captain Cobra. Fume trying to fight the back, and his Reincarnate is popped. He's trying to fight, and Captain Cobra trying to fight. Captain Cobra will go down. He'll use himself, but Fume goes down. He has no Reincarnate left. He has a dieback. Captain Cobra goes down as well. He has buyback, but only 2 heroes have buyback, and it's not Near, and it's not Fume. Tower goes down, and it's GG called. My God. And Ganksquad, they earned this win. What a way to end their season. Certainly a high note.
I'd just like to say this was also an excellent performance from a last-minute stand-in Spiders.
Yeah, Spiders literally knew he was standing in at like 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the game started at like 9:12 Eastern Standard Time. So it's this is a man who, I mean, game 1 was the bright spot of Ganksquad in what was a losing effort in the side lanes, and game 2 played valiantly on that Invoker in a winning effort over a very good Nebula team. And this Dota game was crazy.
Indeed.
I am physically exhausted from casting that game. No joke.
Yeah, all I'm gonna hear for the next rest of today and all of tomorrow is you're just gonna be complaining about how you lost your voice.
No, it'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure. I did plenty of hydrating. I'm good to go.
There's a lot of kills in that game.
I mean, yes, 76 for Ganksquad. I mean, 113 total between the two teams. I mean, that's a over a 2 kill per minute pace. I mean, that's, they lived up to the name Ganksquad. That's for damn sure. I mean, hype is crazy, man. That man is absolutely on some Molly or some powder or something. That's all I have to say. That man is absolutely bonkers. Any analysis for the series before I go into the normal outro?
Analysis. These games must be on Somalia or some pattern or something.
True.
Pretty crazy games.
Either way, though, do you have any final words, call-outs, shout-outs to say to the people of League of Lads and, of course, twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
No, not really.
That's fair. That's fair. We said our dues. Obviously, for those who were there for the game, thank you for watching, and obviously thank you for supporting the channel during this League of Lads casting journey. If anybody wants to have me cast your games or your tournaments, feel free to contact me at Badger number 5713 on Discord. And as always, have a great night.